So for Jewish heroes, I want to tell you about my synagogue back home, Young People's Synagogue. It's unique in a lot of ways. First of all, it considers itself the world's first Kavura shul. It was founded when people that for whatever reason weren't satisfied at the synagogues they were at came together and they founded their own shul. And they did it their way. They're not affiliated with any movement. They have no paid staff, no rabbi, no cantor. Everyone does everything themselves. Secondly, everyone there is completely accomplished. I started going there because my grandfather went there. And it seemed like I was the only one there without a PhD. Not only did I have a PhD, I was the only one there that did get a PhD from an Ivy League institution back in the days when there was quotas on Jews at Ivy League institutions. And it's also unique because it's also the world's most ironically named synagogue, because I was the youngest person there by an average of 50 years. And that has its advantages, because when you're the youngest person in a shul, you get to do a lot of things and experience a lot of things other people don't do, and you get a lot of attention. I took the Torah out for every week for a long time, because I was the only one back for it. I also got an Aliyah nearly every week, and after I came back from birthright, and my grandfather insisted I speak about it in front of them, I also gave the speech a lot. And sometime, I guess November, December last year, a man named David Fax died. David Fax lived in Boston, but he was a big deal at the shul, apparently. He used to still go there. He's one of these people that everyone just has some amazing story of something that he did. For example, he made a Jewish calendar just for our synagogue, taking into account like the angle of the Earth's rotation and the altitude of the shul and everything else to get the exact candlelighting times for the next 200 years. He's a crazy guy, and everyone had a great story of him. I never met him, so hearing of his death really meant nothing to me. Also around this time, I was filling out my Pradesh application, and I was asking around for the synagogue if they had any money. They said, we might have a few $100s, but don't expect much, and I understood that. And so when I was filling out my application, I checked the box for one semester because there's no possible way I can afford 2 semesters. But just like the last possible second before I sent it in electronically, I clicked one semester. I clicked the whole year. I thought, you know what? This is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'm already in debt so much anyway, so it's $2,000. So I took the risk and I clicked the full year and I held my breath. A few weeks later, the president of our synagogue, who's also a world-renowned art historian and archaeologist, emailed me. He said, just out of curiosity, how much money do you think you'll need? I have an idea. And I said, this is a quote, I'm not asking for this much, but probably somewhere around $10,000. And so I let that go, and I was still waiting for Rabbi Pardes. And a few weeks later, I get an email, not just me, everyone in the synagogue got an email, and a mailer, about what they called the David Fax Memorial Fund, which was money to send a young member of the congregation, namely me, to Israel. And so I got the letter and I just started crying. I couldn't believe it. This is so not what I expected. It was so amazing that they were doing this for me. I couldn't believe it. And so life went on, and I got accepted for days, and I showed my grandmother, the one who recently passed away in November. She had never heard of, she didn't go to the shul. She never heard of the scholarship fund. So I sent her the mailer they sent out. And and before she even got to the word scholarship, she heard David Fax. I said, oh, David Fax. He died recently, didn't he? I said, yeah, why? She's like, we're cousins. So
oh my God.
That's what I said. So I tried to find out more about it. Really, I couldn't do much. Kobe wasn't too sure how we were related. And then on Shavuot, I'm sitting in shul, and someone at our synagogue plops a letter in my lap that says, to Derek Kwait, care of Young People's Synagogue, from Eleanor Fax, his widow. And it was a beautiful letter with pictures of David and information about him, like the kind of stuff he liked to do, stuff about his favorite Torah portions and things like that. And it was beautiful. And I wrote back, and among other things, I asked her if she knew how we were related. And a few weeks later, she wrote back to me. She didn't just write back to me. She sent back pictures of herself with my grandmother and with my grandmother's sisters. And not only that, she sent a family tree she made going back like 5 generations, so I could see exactly the nature of our relationship. And not only that, but she sent me the excerpt from the family history she wrote that had a paragraph about my great-grandfather, saying, among other things, I wrote it down, among other things, I cannot account for such unadulterated goodness in a man, and just going on about what a great guy he was. And so, I haven't actually met her, but to have this, and so I don't remember how I responded. How could you possibly respond to that? Well, that's really neat, thanks. So I think I managed to think of something to write back. Whatever it wasn't enough, and so this was a big deal. At the end of the day, the shore is about $7,000 for me to come here, which which is the reason I could really be here 2 semesters, so thank them or blame them. But I'm going to be here at least another semester, and if all goes according to plan, hopefully even more. And I'm super happy about it, and they're my Jewish heroes. Thank you.